why Constantine should not be canceled. Because I love this show, and I'm going to break it down really nice and easy for you, NBC. If you cancel the show, I'm going to be very upset. I might never watch your channel again. Never. Ever, 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 until Heroes Reborn comes on. Then I'll watch it again. So, and during the Olympics. I'll watch you during the Olympics, but that's it. No more. Okay, and Sunday Night Football. Yeah, that's it. No more watching NBC.
Yeah, this is getting to be quite the... I think they're fine so far.
No, they're not fine. They're going to miss my viewership. Those were the only things I watched on there anyway. And so I'm going to keep watching the things I would have watched anyway, but I won't watch anything during the 8 p.m. Friday slot, which I don't really watch it at 8 p.m. I always watch it on demand. But that still counts. You still get advertising money for that. All right, so let me just stop going against myself and start giving you the reasons why you should keep it. Number one, and this is a very important one, because I love music in all things. It has an awesome intro song. It's not very long. It's maybe like 45 seconds, a little video, and the music just fits so perfectly. You hear the music, and you get hyped for the show. It's one of those things. It's like, yeah. Remember when we were kids, and you heard the Saved by the Bell music coming on, and you're like, yeah, Saved by the Bell, yeah! Zach Morris, yeah!
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah, it got me hyped. Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or the Spider-Man song. Remember all those? You're like, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
You know, it gets you into it. You're like, oh, I can feel this. I can't wait to get into the show. That's what the Constantine music does for me. It's kind of creepy. It's like a little hard rock, but a little bit of, an edge to it. It's very good. It's very good. I really enjoy it. Number two, the actors. I love them and their characters. Constantine captures them perfectly. He's got the little bit of the British. He's the jerk, but yet he still wants to do good, but he's still a jerk. Can't get away from being a jerk. But he doesn't care about what he does or who he hurts as long as he does the overall right thing in general. But it can get a little messy along the way. The actress who plays Zed, her name is, I have it up on the screen, Angelica Celia. Oh my god, she's gorgeous. And she's a good actress. And her storyline's awesome. So, and they're getting really in depth with some of these things. They're hinting at little things that are going to be awesome storylines in the future, but not quite giving it all away yet, so kind of upsets me that they're stopping this season at 13 episodes because there's just so much more. Because they pretty much ended with their mid-season finale, because all shows have that mid-season, okay, big thing, and then you have 13 more episodes leading up to the big thing at the end of the season. So that's kind of what we got. She's also a really good sidekick. She has a cool power of her own. She's really, she complements Constantine pretty well. And then Chaz, the guy who plays Chaz, he's an awesome sidekick. This guy can just die. Like, he's allowed to die like 50 times or something like that. So it's pretty cool because sometimes they just kill him. They're just like, oh, Chaz, go die.
Kenny of the series?
Yeah, he's like the Kenny of the show. But then they explain there's a reason why he's the Kenny of the show. But that's a good analogy. He's the Kenny of the show. And then they also have an angel, Manny. This guy's in a lot of different things. I forget his name, but he's a pretty good actor. And that's a cool name for an angel, Manny. You just don't expect it. I'm just saying. But I like it. Okay. Next reason is the story is great. Episodes are exciting. They tie into a good overarching story arch. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to say it. But you can still have the episodes. You can be like, okay, go ahead and go over here to fight this thing. And you can have the episodic TV, but then they also create the big bridge, the picture. Everything leads into what you want it to. You do have the main story shows, of course, like all episodic shows. You have some that tie more into the season show arc, but
that's honestly that's a big hard craft to hit, and one I really appreciate in shows when you get that nice balance of doing the episodic. This is self-contained, but a little bit of the bigger stuff, some bigger plot. When you find a show that does that well, it's usually a really good thing. Like I thought Grimm did that very well. That's why I kept watching it, because especially early on, most of it was self-contained, so I kept being satisfied, but I kept getting this little nudge, like, maybe something bigger's going on too. This other little thing, just a little bit, and then here we put more together, but not too much. Eventually, it's like, oh, okay, here's a couple that are just about the big thing episodes, but here's another one that you don't even have to remember what happened to the other stuff. You could just watch this show, enjoy it, be satisfied by the end of it.
Yeah,
Not some shows where
like you said, that's an art that not all shows can
sometimes
be
you have
done.
like either no development over the course of the series, or you have a series where you just have to watch every single episode, otherwise you've missed everything. And those have their places, but I like it when you get that nice mix.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, one of my favorite shows of all time, Star Trek: The Next Generation. You
Yep.
could watch 3 episodes in the middle of season 2, and then 5 episodes in the middle of season 3, and be all right. But if you watch the whole season, there is definitely a storyline that goes through. There's a big build-up. Either the Borg are coming, or the Borg have already come. You got to save Picard. You got to do this,
or the series overall. But yeah. I mean, I remember that used to be the primary way I knew Star Trek, because I was born after it started anyway. So I didn't watch.
You were born after it started. You were born in '88.
It started in '87.
89.
No, '87.
Really, that late?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I mean, the first 2 seasons weren't like that great anyway, but I mean, I wasn't really paying attention when I was 1 and 2 and 3 either. So.
Yeah, but overall, there's lots more to explore with this show. I love the characters. I love the way the story is going. I think it's cool, dark, and creepy, but still has a little ray of hope shining through. There's a great twist at the end of the first season, and it's just like, if you cancel the show, I hope somebody picks it up. And I'd be cool if Netflix wanted to pick this up, or Hulu, or not Hulu, I don't have Hulu, Amazon Prime, or one of those other sites. Because it could go a little darker. You could go a little bit more to the edge. You could get more riskier with this, because the source material is pretty edgy. But I think you do a great job on network TV. If you didn't give it the worst time slot of all time, at first they started off at 10 on Friday, and then they moved it to 8. Now, I don't know if it did a lot better, but I hope it did. Give it like a Thursday's time slot, and watch how good this show does. Watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would think that probably of the people to pick it up, Netflix is probably the most likely, if they were to, because they've done other licensed projects, including other Marvel stuff, right? Aren't they in the works of another Marvel one?
Well, Constantine is DC, so.
Okay, well, still other comic book
stuff, yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to see Daredevil come out in March or May, somewhere in there, but... Yeah, but I mean, what do you think? Did you like the Constantine TV show? Do you think it should stick around? Do you hate it? Do you totally disagree with what we're saying? Hit us up, comments down below. Of course, at What's My Face on Twitter, Google Plus and Facebook, always good ways of getting a hold of us.